Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Canal Algérie News, and these are our main top stories. The President of the Republic carries out ministerial reshuffle and renews confidence in the Prime Minister Mohamed Nadir Al-Arbawi. The new government list includes young talent and experienced executives and implement economic and development programs for the good of the people. The President of the Republic receives the U.S. Under-Secretary of State for Civil Security, Democracy and Human Rights and the U.S. Deputy Under-Secretary of State for Middle East Affairs. In a message to mark the opening of the Global Entrepreneurship Week, the President of the Republic stresses his continued support for innovation and creativity among young people. Welcome back. The President of the Republic proceeded to a ministerial reshuffle on Monday. I invite you now to listen to the spokesman of the Presidency of the Republic, Samir Agoun.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. السيدات والسادة، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. إذن وكما تابعتم فقد استقبل اليوم رئيس الجمهورية السيد عبد المجيد تبون استقبل الوزير الأول السيد محمد نادر العرباوي الذي قدم له استقالة الحكومة التي قبلها، وجدد فيه السيد الرئيس الثقة وأمره بمواصلة مهامه. إذن وبعد استشارة السيد الوزير الأول محمد نادر العرباوي، عين رئيس الجمهورية السيد عبد المجيد تبون أعضاء الحكومة الآتية أسماؤهم: محمد نادر العرباوي الوزير الأول، السعيد شنقريحة وزير منتدب لدى وزير الدفاع الوطني رئيس أركان الجيش الوطني الشعبي، أحمد عطاف وزير دولة وزير الشؤون الخارجية والجالية الوطنية بالخارج والشؤون الإفريقية، محمد عرقاب وزير دولة وزير الطاقة والمناجم والطاقات المتجددة، إبراهيم مراد وزير الداخلية والجماعات المحلية والتهيئة العمرانية، لطفي بوجمعة وزير العدل حافظ الأختام خلفا للسيد عبد الرشيد طبي الذي استدعي لمهام أخرى، العزيز فايد وزير المالية، العيد ربيقة وزير المجاهدين وذوي الحقوق، يوسف بالمهدي وزير الشؤون الدينية والأوقاف، كمال بداري وزير التعليم العالي والبحث العلمي، محمد صغير سعداوي وزير التربية الوطنية، ياسين المهدي وليد وزير التكوين والتعليم المهنيين، زهير بللو وزير الثقافة والفنون، مصطفى حيداوي وزير الشباب مكلف بالمجلس الأعلى للشباب، وليد صادي وزير الرياضة، سيد علي زروقي وزير البريد والمواصلات السلكية واللاسلكية، سوريا مولوجي وزيرة التضامن الوطني والأسرة وقضايا المرأة، سيفي غريب وزير الصناعة، يوسف شرفة وزير الفلاحة والتنمية الريفية والصيد البحري، محمد طارق بالعريبي وزير السكن والعمران والمدينة، محمد بخاري وزير التجارة الخارجية وترقية الصادرات، الطيب زيتوني وزير التجارة الداخلية وضبط السوق الوطنية، محمد مزيان وزير الاتصال، الأخضر رخروخ وزير الأشغال العمومية والمنشآت القاعدية، طه إربال وزير الموارد المائية، سعيد سعيود وزير النقل خلفا للسيد محمد الحبيب زهانة الذي استدعي لمهام أخرى، حورية مداحي وزيرة السياحة والحرف التقليدية، عبد الحق سيحي وزير الصحة، فيصل بنطالب وزير العمل والتشغيل والضمان الاجتماعي، كوثر كريكو وزيرة العلاقات مع البرلمان، نجية جلالي وزيرة البيئة وجودة الحياة، نور الدين وضاح وزير الاقتصاد المعرفة والمؤسسات الناشئة والمؤسسات المصغرة. فؤاد حاجي وزير منتدب لدى وزير الصناعة مكلف بالإنتاج الصيدلاني. سفيان شايب كاتب دولة لدى وزير الشؤون الخارجية مكلف بالجالية الوطنية بالخارج. سلمى بخت منصوري كاتبة دولة لدى وزير الشؤون الخارجية مكلفة بالشؤون الإفريقية. كريمة طافر كاتبة دولة لدى وزير الطاقة مكلفة بالمناجم. نور الدين يسع كاتب دولة لدى وزير الطاقة مكلف بالطاقات المتجددة. وأخيرا يحيى بخاري أمين عام للحكومة. شكرا جزيلا لكم، نلتقي في مناسبات قادمة بإذن الله.
The President of the Republic received the Prime Minister, Mohammed Nadir Al-Arbawi, on Monday at the headquarters of the Presidency of the Republic, according to a press release by the Presidency. The Prime Minister handed the President the government resignation, which the President of the Republic accepted, yet renewing his confidence on the Prime Minister and ordered him to pursue his duties. Relying on young talent and experienced executives in forming the new government today reflects only the President of the Republic's commitment to implementing all economic programs and development plans related directly to citizens. Here is now a quick review of the new government with Rani Al-Bahri.
After great anticipation for the formation of the first government appointed by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, during the second presidential term, the President renews confidence in Prime Minister Nadir Al-Arbawi and maintains names in the sovereign ministries while creating delegated ministries. The President appointed Saïd Chengri as Minister Delegate to the Minister of National Defense, Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, and kept the Ministers of Foreign Affairs, Interior, Energy and Finance in their positions, while the change affected the Ministry of Justice by bringing the Attorney General of the Algiers Judicial Council, Lotfi Boujama, to the Ministry of Justice. Significant changes have affected vital sectors that have been relied upon to revive the national economy. The government has appointed new names to head the industrial sector: Saifi Gharib, Fuad Haji, Minister Delegate to the Minister of Industry in charge of pharmaceutical production; Noureddin Waddah, Minister of Knowledge, Economy, Local Startups and Micro-Enterprises, while the Ministry of Trade is run by two portfolios: Mohamed Bukhari, Minister of Foreign Trade and Export Promotion, while Tayyib Zitouni remains Minister of Domestic Trade and National Market Control. The new government includes the governors of the Republic, Said Sayoud as head of the Ministry of Transport and Hurriyam Al-Dahi, Minister of Tourism and Traditional Crafts. Among the names that also enter the government palace from the government bodies and institutions are Mohammed Sghir Sadawi, Minister of Education, Mohammed Mazian, Minister of Communication, Said Zarruqi, Minister of Post and Telecommunications, Najiba Jalali, Minister of Environment and Quality of Life, and Mustafa Haddawi, Minister of Youth in charge of Supreme Youth Council, while Walid Saadi was appointed Minister of Sports and Zuhair Billalu, Minister of Culture and Arts. Changes saw the creation of delegated ministries, with Sufyan Shaib appointed Secretary of State to the Minister of Foreign Affairs in charge of National Community Abroad, and Salma Bakhta Mansouri appointed Secretary of State to the Minister of Foreign Affairs in charge of African Affairs, while Karima Tafar was appointed Secretary of State to the Minister of Energy in charge of Mines. Noureddin Tasabi was appointed Secretary of State to the Minister of Energy in charge of Renewable Energies, and from the transfers of some sectors, Yassin Al-Mahdi Walid was appointed the Minister of Vocational Training and Education. Kautar Kriku to the Ministry of Relations with Parliament, while the President kept the Ministers of Housing, Agriculture, Public Works and Basic Facilities, Water Resources, Health, Labour, Employment and Social Security. The changes at the head of the executive body relied on young competencies and experienced executives to form a working team led once again by the Minister Nadir Al-Arbawi, and on the government table are urgent files and programs in light of the existing economic and social challenges.
The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received today Uzo Azaya, the U.S. Under-Secretary of State for Civil Security, Democracy and Human Rights, and Barbara Leaf, U.S. Deputy Under-Secretary of State for Middle East Affairs. The audience took place in the presence of the Principal Private Secretary of the Presidency, of the Republic, Boualem Boualem, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and National Community Abroad, Ahmed Attaf, and the Presidential Advisor for Non-Governmental Organizations and Human Rights, Hamid Lounoussi, as well as the Algerian Ambassador to Washington, Sabri Boukadoum. After the meeting, the U.S. Under Secretary of State for Civil Security, Democracy and Human Rights made the following statement.
Assalamu alaikum, Masa al-Khair. Good afternoon. I want to extend my appreciation to President Tebboune for our important dialogue today on the U.S.-Algerian relationship. I valued our discussions on our security relationship and our work to advance fundamental freedoms and prosperity. We both noted the historic progress made in our bilateral relationship, including our increased two-way trade, cooperation to fight narcotics trafficking, to counter terrorism, to fight human trafficking, our growing people-to-people ties, and our intense diplomatic engagement to address regional challenges. We also look forward to the prospects of additional deepening in our shared security goals. The United States is grateful for Algeria's leadership in promoting regional and global peace and prosperity. Around the world, we're seeing historic levels of peak force displacement, and we welcome Algeria's leadership in working to manage irregular migration safely, in an orderly fashion, and humanely. We acknowledged that our partnership is critical for stability, security, and prosperity in North Africa, the Sahel, and beyond. And our joint work is strongest when paired with progress on human rights. Thank you very much.
The Minister of State, Minister of Foreign Affairs and National Community Abroad and African Affairs, Ahmed Attaf, held a working session today with Youssef Zaya, U.S. Under-Secretary of State for Civil Security, Democracy and Human Rights, and Barbara Leaf, U.S. Deputy Under-Secretary of State for Middle East Affairs. The President of the Republic, Majid Tebboune, delivered an inspiring message on the opening day of Global Entrepreneurship Week in Algeria, highlighting the participation of over 1 million young people. On this occasion, the President of the Republic emphasized the government's commitment to fostering innovation, creativity and entrepreneurship as vital components for building a diversified and sustainable economy. Majid Tebboune expressed his satisfaction with the event's focus on celebrating entrepreneurship spirit and supporting youth initiatives which reflect the confidence of Algerian youth in the state's political will. The President of the Republic noted as well that more than 2,000 companies have received startup labels from a total of 8,000 registered startups, underscoring entrepreneurship as a key driver for economic recovery and sustainable development. The President of the Republic also pointed out that the ongoing government efforts to create favorable business environment through incentives and simplified administrative process, mentioning that over than 20,000 self-entrepreneurs have registered under a new law facilitating online applications to self-employment status. In his address, the President of the Republic reiterated his unwavering support of youth and entrepreneurship, calling for collective efforts from all economic, social and educational stakeholders to enhance opportunities for young people. On this occasion, the President of the Republic announced a national competition for the best startups to celebrate achievements and encourage them to seize opportunities in their country. On the occasion of the World Entrepreneurship Week, a projects exhibition opened today, gathering a considerable number of project owners with highly innovative ideas. The event is the meeting point, allowing them to get in touch and connect with companies ready to accompany them, leading to further development in their business. Najah Diyar have the details.
The National Global Entrepreneurship Week kicked off, drawing over 1 million participants from all over the country and offering entrepreneurs a platform to explore various support mechanisms for their projects. The opening day featured presentation by several young innovators showcasing their initiatives.
Vols is
a website and an app for booking flight tickets. It is connected with all airlines companies working in Algeria, allowing Algerians to book and compare easily and directly their tickets and to pay with the Algerian currency using debit cards or when they receive their ticket. We are working on making our app more visible for the people, and this event is a good chance for that.
Et je crois que c'est une bonne occasion pour le faire.
À l'époque, nous, en 2013, il y avait déjà...
Back in 2013, there were processes, but not like now. There are coaches to supervise project owners and huge support and motivation. I would like to remind you that there is no specific age to launch a project. If someone has an idea and believes in it, he got to go for it.
Une idée, il croit à son idée, il faut foncer, voilà.
The presence of economic operators fosters a conducive environment to build fruitful partnership, enhancing growth opportunities for emerging companies.
Nous sommes en train de
We're in the
réfléchir
process of
à la
developing
maturation.
tools that will enable us to issue calls for applications and projects that will enable young people with projects and even those with advanced skills to present their projects so they can insert our activities and industrial services.
Le monde de l'entrepreneuriat.
Entrepreneurship sector has evolved here in Algeria. People are here because it's a real opportunity for them to be here and get a chance to develop their ideas. We're ready to welcome all young people and encourage them in their future projects.
Et les encourager dans leurs futurs projets.
By connecting startups, investors and institutions, Global Entrepreneurship Week strengthens the foundations of dynamic and sustainable entrepreneurship, aiming to position startups as a key driver of the national economy.
Startups incubators are a necessity to support the national efforts in entrepreneurship sector. The company Sophie's Pay in the province of Nama plays this role. It also offers training to the leaders of the innovative projects and ideas. More details with Najah Tiyar.
The Sophie's Pay application, created by an Algerian startup, delivers secure electronic payment services using cutting-edge technology, catering to the rise in demand for convenient solutions in daily digital transactions.
نخدموا مع البزنسز.
We work with the companies for financial automation, e-payment integration, also payment through QR code integration for shops. We also work with individuals with our app.
En même temps نخدموا مع les particuliers بالابليكاسيون تاعنا.
The Sarhi Ahmed University Center in Amma province hosts the region's first entrepreneurship incubator, providing startups and project leaders with training, resources and workspaces to promote the growth of local entrepreneurship. I'm a student and I wanted to benefit from training in this field, which will enable me to set up my own businesses when I finish my studies. I am a student and I found an advert online for a training course in web programming. I found it very interesting and signed up immediately. We benefited from practical training provided by the Ministry of Knowledge, Economy and Startups in China. Based on the experience, we'd like to share our knowledge and offer the necessary resources to students and young entrepreneurs to help them turn their ideas into reality and launch their startups. Supporting the growth of startups is essential for driving innovation and promoting economic development rooted in knowledge and creativity.
Well, that was it for tonight. On behalf of all the team that made this broadcast possible, I do thank you for watching us. Stay tuned on Canal Algérie. Goodbye.